In today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to pair your punches. If you think about Sun Tzu, the art of war, drawing somebody's focus to a single point and then pincering around that point. Or you can talk about spreading somebody's defenses thin and then piercing through that gap that you've created. Today, we're going to talk about how to sequence your punches, how to change them together so you can have maximum success when you fight. Assisting me with today's lesson is going to be our competitor, Renee. We're going to begin today by referencing an old lesson where we talk about how to break apart somebody's guard. We're going to talk about pairing your linear and your round attacks. If I'm standing on the line with Renee, if she just throws straight punches at me, those are never going to get through my guard. And if she's just throwing big wide hooks at me, those are easy for me to see, and worse, easy for me to counter. So by pairing these together, she gets the best of both worlds. If we're on the line and we're in close, maybe she throws a 5, and this brings my defenses in tight and gives her an opportunity to sling that 4 around my guard. Maybe she throws a 3, and this brings my defenses out and gives her an opportunity to shoot that 6 up my center line. If you're on the line and you're the one leading, you want to lead with that linear attack, that attack to the person's center line, that attack in between their guard, because you don't want to open with a hook. We have that old rhyme, if they're looking, you're not hooking. So if you're the one taking the initiative here and starting this combo, it's always going to be 5-4 or 6-3. And that's going to create your best opportunity to land safely. Now, if the other person is leading, you're welcome to counter with a hook. You can catch and pitch. Or if you step off of the line where they're on one side of you or the other, then you can lead with a hook. For example, if Renee steps to her open side, she can throw the 4-5. 4-5. That creates an opportunity for her to hit, and she's not in front of me when she steps and throws that 4 for her to get caught in my jab or my cross lane. Our next way to sequence punches is, instead of trying to go inside of the guard and around the guard, now we're going below the guard and above the guard. One of my favorite mix-ups is you jab down low, and then you dip down low and you stab that jab up high. All right, if you're landing that initial jab, you're setting a pattern that you're going to break later. So if I'm working with Renee, she stabs that jab down low. Bang, the first one lands. I don't like that. So she stabs that jab down again. This time I bring my guard down to catch. Now this time she dips down low and rises up with that jab. Bang, and there's her shot. I committed my defenses down, and while this shot might catch the top of the head, it might not be the punch that hits the chin if I have a good responsible guard position when I'm protecting my body. It'll stand me up off of my forehead and maybe give her a chance to follow up with something that gets the job done. If they're looking, you're not hooking. That means if you're standing level on the line in front of somebody, you don't want to lead with a hook. We already talked about taking a lane to set up a hook, but you can also change levels to throw hooks. So a really common pairing that you see in Muay Thai, and you saw my first opponent from this past year, Capone, use really well, is that shovel hook to the body and then that overhand right to the head. This pincer attack, once again, spreads people's defenses thin, and it keeps your head offline or on the move while you're throwing this. So if I'm working with Renee, she can dip down low to throw that body shot. That brings my defenses down and over, and then she peels that overhand right out. It can work the same way throwing that overhand right, because when she throws that overhand right, she's getting her head offline. Boom, and then she can come up with that shovel hook. And whether she's throwing that to my solar plexus, my liver, or whether she's casting it right up to my chin to sneak inside of my right hand, this is a classic pairing that if you are aggressive and powerful will take you quite a ways into the sport. If you look at a legendary fighter like Joe Frazier or Kid Gavilan, they'll throw this in reverse, where when they slip down to their open side, they'll rip that forward of the body, and they'll use as an opportunity to rise up and then throw a nice, well-structured three. Joe Frazier had one of the best threes the game's ever seen, to the head. So Renee can do this as well. If I throw a jab, she slips to her right, she brings that right hand to the body, which is gonna make me tuck down low, and then bring that left hand to the head. The whole time she's doing this, her head's never in the same spot and it's never sitting in front of the person. She gets her head down to her open side, she pulls her head across low as she goes to the body, and then she rises up to bring that three to the head. All of these principles work best when you put them together. When you're constantly playing a inside, outside, up, down, body, head, left, right, high, low game, it keeps the person on their toes, it spreads their defenses thin, it overwhelms them, and all of these punches complement each other. Any mix-ups that you can do to keep your head mobile, to keep yourself off center line, to keep yourself up and down, and to stop yourself from just going round, 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 linear, 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 is gonna pave your way to success. Whether you are shadowboxing or hitting the heavy bag or hitting the double-ended bag or sparring, keep these rules in mind when it comes to sequencing your punches. If you follow along, you're gonna retrain your muscle memory and the choreography for how you pull the trigger on your combinations. The big rules that I want you to think about that are gonna steer your behavior: no hooking with your head stationary, open with linear shots if you're on the line, position first, punch and couplet, give me variety. So if I demo some of these, I'm in the middle distance, in a range where I can hit and be hit. If you follow these rules while pairing your punches, they're gonna be higher percentage, you're gonna be safer, you're gonna spread your opponent's defenses thin, and you're gonna pull them out of position so that you land more often, you land harder, and you have more success when you fight.
Usually it's